Girl, get up. We have got to exit our lazy girl era.
Took me some time, but now I am strong because I realize I've got myself and that's all I got in the end.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah, and if you are new to the channel, welcome to today's video. Let's talk about it. So, growing up, thought if I didn't want to do something or if I wasn't like feeling like doing something, that just meant like simply I didn't feel like doing it. And sometimes it does, but there are some things in life that are just simply because you're being lazy, and that's truly what that means. Being lazy just means you don't probably feel like doing it. So I'm so happy you clicked on this video because I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks as to how we can start exiting out of our lazy girl era. And that's right, I said our because it's me and you, girl. It's always me and you. We're always going to take these things step by step and do them together because life is not linear and everything is a growing process. So let's go ahead and I'm going to give you my tips on how to exit your lazy girl era. So as always, I make a list on my phone just because I forget everything. Like I always tell people like, I'm not that bright, and I don't mean like I'm dumb, just like I cannot remember stuff to save my life. So I had to make a list or else I would forget. So we have 7 ways that we're going to exit our lazy girl era, and this will kind of be like a routine, and it won't be linear like I said before. It will be step-by-step things that you can do, and once you solidify one thing, you can just gradually add on other things. Do not try to do all of these at one time. You're going to overwhelm yourself. You're going to overstimulate yourself. Trust me, I know. I tried it. I tried to do everything at one time and I got overstimulated and I gave up. So, don't try to do everything at one single time. So, number 1, we're starting off top of the morning. You're waking up and you don't have to be a 6 a.m., 5 a.m. girly, but let's just try not to strive for noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because at that point, your day's over. So we're gonna try to wake up between the hours of 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. so you still have a pretty good chunk of your morning left and you can still start your day early. We're gonna make our beds, and y'all, this used to be a thing for me where I did not understand why it made me lazy if I didn't want to make my bed, or what the importance of making my bed was for, until like I reached maybe like college era. Like I didn't realize why I needed to make my bed. But y'all, it makes such a huge difference for you to make your bed every single day. I catch myself like forgetting or feeling so bad if I don't make my bed. Like any event I don't make my bed these days, it's truly because I like was truly rushing, which that's poor time management on my end, or like I just was in and out of the bed all day long, so I just was being lazy. So one thing that I have made it a point to is that when I get out of the bed, make the bed. Y'all, it's a game changer. It forces you to get out the bed, get your day started, and to get moving. For example, this morning I was waking up at like 7 a.m. and I was not feeling it. I was not feeling it. I got home late. I went to bed late. I was not feeling it. But I forced myself to get out the bed and I just felt so productive. I went and sat outside, made my bed, like had my breakfast, which leads me to number 2. Make some breakfast. This is another thing that I used to not understand. I was not a breakfast person. I usually wasn't hungry in the morning. I usually never had an appetite. But what I've tried to do recently is either make me a bigger breakfast or grab a little snack or something, because I don't always want breakfast still. But making yourself eat breakfast, it just fuels you through the day and it helps you get through the rest of the day, so you're not as hungry later on during the day, which also helps with calorie intake. It also helps with just staying full throughout the day and just being energized throughout the day because you have fuel to burn off. Yeah, this has been probably the biggest game changer for me, just because I heavily did not like breakfast. I was not the person who was like, let me make some eggs, let me make some bacon. But I had to figure out what breakfast looked like to me. So now that might look like an omelet, or that might look like my favorite avocado toast. I love avocado toast. Or it might look like some cereal. It might look like a bowl of fruit. but I was never the person who like wanted full-on pancakes, bacon, eggs. Like, I just didn't want that. And I'm also a bit picky, so it was just hard trying to figure out what I liked, because my mom, like, she does like sausage and bacon, and like she likes the whole breakfast ordeal when she does make breakfast. She doesn't really like breakfast either, but when she does make breakfast, like, that's what she would make growing up, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. So that's been a huge game changer for me. Fuel yourself in the morning so that way you're productive throughout the whole day. Which then leads me to number 3. Drink your water. Y'all, game changer. Game changer. Drinking your water and staying hydrated, you have clear skin, your vision is clear, you feel more hydrated, you feel more energized. Like, it truly fuels you. Drinking more water, especially in the morning, you've been sleeping all night, some of y'all might snore, might have your mouth hanging open, or you've had a closed mouth all night. Hydrating in the morning is so important, and what I've been trying to do is drink me a glass of lemon water every morning. It's great for bloating and digestion. So I made a picture of cut up lemons, and I just pour it into a glass every single morning, and I try to drink that. Some people don't like the taste of it, and I get it. It might be an acquired taste, but I love it. I have to constantly replenish it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things to do, and I used to be one of those girls. As you can see, I used to be one of those girls who really wasn't fond of any of the things it took to be less productive. I mean, to be more productive, I'm sorry. But journaling. I have found a love in journaling, and when I was a kid, I used to love to write. Like, I was infatuated with writing, and as I grew older, I just kind of stopped. I don't really know why, but it was one of those things where I guess technology kind of evolved, and I was just like, okay, well, I can type it on my phone. But really disconnecting and journaling every single morning or evening or whenever I pick up the journal, like, I was like, girl, you have some real feelings. Like, you really need to journal. You need to talk about it. So I think that for me has given me an outlet to get out some of my feelings that I feel like I can't say aloud, or I don't want to necessarily type on my phone because I don't want to constantly look at my phone, or I still have notifications coming while I'm trying to type it. For me, writing it out in a journal and then getting a journal that has prompts, game changer. Definitely begin to journal, and also write out your goals and things that you have set out or that you want to come to fruition. Manifesting is real, prayer is real. Writing those things out and putting those into the atmosphere, 10 out of 10 recommend. So along with that, this is something that I'm definitely still working on. Coming up with a routine and a schedule, top tier. If you have not watched my last video, I did a very realistic morning routine, which wasn't really very routine. It was more so a realistic morning, how my morning goes. I don't really have much of a true solid routine yet. There are things that I consistently do, but as far as a consistent routine that I do day to day specifically, I don't have yet. And so for me, creating a schedule and just putting time limits and time frames on things, that is something I'm really trying to work on. For me, I really want to create content, so I set out a calendar for the rest of November for days that I have to put out videos, for days I need to edit videos, and just all the things that I want to make videos on for the month. I also need to start doing better just with scheduling out doctor's appointments, because my health is very important, and that's something that I've slacked on. Making my appointments, making those time frames, and making sure that I do everything that I need to do and putting that into a calendar, I need to do better on. So, girl, you're going to hold me accountable to that too as I give you that tip. And we're going to check back in at a certain point, and we're going to figure out where we've slacked off or if we've achieved that goal. Scratch that. We are going to achieve that goal. We're going to do better with scheduling and creating a routine. I think we're on number 6 or 7. I don't even know. But we are going to work out, y'all. I have a love-hate relationship with working out, depending on what it is. So I love a good workout class. I love a good workout class, but I hate going to the gym. But I know for some people it's flipped. Like, they don't really like group workouts. They rather go to the gym. Y'all, not to like be funny, but I like I can't focus in the gym trying to do workouts for myself. I'm not a stickler with myself, so like I cannot go to the gym and just create my own workouts. It's not for me. I can't do it. I get bored. I want to go. I want to leave. I can't do it. So for me, I have to make sure that I'm scheduling my workouts ahead of time, because if not, I won't go. So what I do, or what I try to do when I'm very, very consistent, is schedule my workouts ahead of time. Even if that's like the night before, I now have that thought of like, okay, you need to be up at this time. You need to be doing this by this time. You have to be doing this by this time. And by that time, you should be going home and you should be doing X, Y, and Z. For some reason, scheduling a workout for me really gets me going, because if I know my workout is at noon, I try to wake up early. I try to get some breakfast in. I try to make my lunch. I try to go do this. I try to go do that. I make sure I shower. I do my skincare. And it just really makes me productive. So that's my kind of like oomph. But if you're not a workout girly, or if you're not even a class workout girly, then take a walk. You know, for me, I'm not a big go for a walk person. I will sometimes, but it's not my like go-to thing. Again, mine is going to workout classes. But taking a walk is really good to just relieve stress, to go look in some nature. When I do go for walks, I do think it's really pretty, especially this time of year. It's cool, the leaves are changing, it's really nice outside, it's some scenic view, and I have a dog and he literally loves going outside. So I'm not saying you have to only go to the gym or only go to a workout class. You can definitely find some other things like yoga, like going on walks, like literally anything, but just make sure you get your body up and moving, and that you are putting some tension work on your body, so that you can stay healthy and stay fit. And the last one is probably my absolute favorite, simply because I feel like after all of this talk and just everything being piled on you, and you just kind of like, oh my god, like this is so much stuff to do. I know for me, I can get overwhelmed very, very, very easily. So I always have to give myself something to look forward to. And so what I've been trying to do recently is that when I come up to certain goals, I reward myself. In the past, what I would do is make goals for myself and maybe halfway do them, and then I would reward myself anyway. And that doesn't ever get the product finished. And so I would just halfway do things and then see no reward, or see no reward from the actual task, but still reward myself. So let's say that I was recording a video and I recorded it but never edited and uploaded it. I would still reward myself, but there was never a true reward from taking the video. It just sat there and sat there and sat there and sat there, and I still rewarded myself for really a half-assed job. So I have been putting myself on this whole finish what you started, create the life you want, and then you can reward yourself 10 times over. So that is a thing that I have just been really a stickler on, and I feel like once we set goals for ourselves and we achieve those, and we actually have a visual of like, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, so I deserve this, because it does feel rewarding, it does feel exciting, it does feel like, oh my gosh, I did do that, I did accomplish it. So it makes the reward feel 10 times more receivable. It makes it feel like, wow, I really do feel accomplished. Now, when I say reward yourself, still keep it in budget. Like, I'm not saying I'm about to go buy a $5,000 Chanel bag because I can't afford it. But even if that's like taking yourself out to your favorite Starbucks drink, going out to dinner, if that's buying that new jacket you wanted, whatever was in your price range, do that, because you'll then feel better, and it'll make you want to keep doing it, and it'll kind of put you on a little reward system to yourself. Girl, I hope you enjoyed today's video, because I really enjoyed talking about this topic. I feel like I talked really fast, and if I did, I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I talk. But y'all, we're gonna get through this together. Like, in my how-to videos, I really want y'all to know that this is a joint effort. It's me and you. We in this together. We rocking this thing out. We thought this one together, because I can do it, you can do it, and we can do it together. And once we do it together, we're gonna feel so good. And then we're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna go out to eat, and we're gonna get us a little reward. We're gonna reward ourselves together. So if y'all want more videos like this, make sure you let me know down below, because I actually really like filming them, and like they're really, really fun. So let me know down below maybe something that that you've been putting into your routine or something that you feel like you're slacking off on, because I get it. And I'm gonna expose myself every time for the stuff that I'm not doing, or I'm just not implementing, or I'm trying to implement, because like I said, life is not linear and we are always growing and learning. So again, let me know what your favorite part of today's video was, or a part of your life that you're trying to change or implement, or something you've implemented that you can suggest to me, because I would love to hear it. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.